Welcome to today's 5-minute Bible study in the Gospel of Matthew. Today we're looking at Matthew chapter 26, verses 31 through 35. Now the Passover meal is over. Jesus and his disciples retreat to the Mount of Olives. Things are about to start happening quickly. Jesus knows this. And so one more time he tells the disciples what is coming and tells them how they will falter in the midst of it. Let's listen. So Jesus tells them, this very night, you'll all fall away on account of me. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But after I have risen, I will go ahead of you to Galilee. Now Peter replied, even if all fall away on account of you, I never will. Truly I tell you, Jesus answered, this very night, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. But Peter declared, even if I have to die with you, I will never disown you. And all the other disciples said the same. Now this is a very tender moment as Jesus is telling his disciples, he knows they believe in him, he knows they love him, but he also knows that in the crisis of the moment they will falter and they will scatter. And for the moment, they will fall away. But also notice what Jesus said, they will be restored. He knows in a moment of weakness they will run. He understands that. But he also says you will be restored. Notice he says, after I've risen, I will go ahead of you to Galilee. I know you'll come back. I know you'll follow me. I know you're weak. I know you're weak. I know this is going to be a crisis for you. But I also want to reassure you that you can come back. And after I've risen, I'll go ahead of you to Galilee. Of course, they don't understand all of this. They can't get their minds around all that is happening. But then notice Peter speaks up. Lord, I won't. Even if everybody else falls away, I will never fall away. Peter is audacious, and he means it. He really does. He doesn't know his own weakness. He really means what he says. He intends to never fall away. But Jesus says, for the rooster crows, you're going to say 3 times you don't even know me. Oh no, Lord. Even if all others fall away, I would die with you. I'll never deny you. Of course, we know that before the night is over, 3 times Peter will say, I don't even know him. Under the threats of what could happen to him, under the anxiety of seeing Jesus arrested on trial, all that will overwhelm him, and 3 times he will say, I don't even know him. Jesus, I believe, tells his disciples what is going to occur. Not so much to rebuke them. I don't think there's a rebuke here. He understands. Yes, they will fall, but he also understands they'll come back. And he's assuring them, after I've risen, I will go ahead of you to Galilee. You know, a lot of times, we're kind of hard on Peter, aren't we? He was so rash in his vow that he would never disown Jesus. And yet, 3 times he's going to say, I don't know him. Yeah, we're hard on Peter because he was weak in the moment of crisis. But notice the scripture says that all the other disciples said the same. So let's not just pick on poor Peter. Yeah, he spoke rashly and didn't follow through, but all the other disciples said the same. So they're all in the same boat. They were all weak at the moment. And you know, there are times in our life when we falter too. All of us have had moments when we did not live up to our confession. We did not live up to the standard we wanted. We wanted to be true all the time. We wanted to never falter, but there have been those times when we did. So we understand Peter, and we understand the other disciples. We've been in the same boat ourselves. And we've also felt the wonderful compassion of Jesus that we can come home. We can be restored. One moment of weakness does not determine the wholeness of a life. All the disciples, save Judas, came back. They were restored, and they would go on all to spread the gospel. Yes, they had a moment of weakness, as we all do at times. But they all held true to Jesus. They all came back, and they felt his grace bringing them back again. After I've risen, he says, I will go ahead of you to Galilee. Okay, so now the scene is set. They're about to come and arrest Jesus. But there's one more thing that's going to happen before the arrest, and that's in the Garden of Gethsemane. We'll look at that tomorrow. You have a great day, and I'll see you next time for our 5-minute Bible study in the Gospel of Matthew.